1. We got Diana, we got Taro, shades of what we see basically at every top level of tournament. A Blasters player and a Terrace player walk into Demon Island, and only one can succeed. I mean, I feel like if you're Bokonko here, you made it here for a reason. You've made upset after upset. You're seed number 13. You're not too worried about that. But Acno, I mean, he's going to be very practiced into this matchup. One of the longest tenured Brawlhalla players of all time.
Yeah, I feel like this is entirely against Bokonko right now. Great first stock, though, however. I think Acno just needs a little bit of time adjusting, just like he did against Moonir, just to figure out how Bokonko operates. I think this will be a game of pacing, just like we saw Bokonko versus Ahmed. Just seeing, being able to get into Bokonko and find so many punish opportunities to overwhelm him.
Well, and another nice punish there as Acno tries to land right back in. The downers come out from Bokonko, and there's the signatures that haven't been working out versus Ahmed, but versus Acno will find a very clear place in this matchup.
I gotta say, though, I'm a little surprised. Acno already deep red on second stock. Gotta find a way in. Bokonko's finding so many punishes. And he's just standing still. Acno's the one engaging the entire time. Or he tries to play onto the stage. Gravity cancel down light. Again punished. Now a 2-stock lead over Acno.
Yeah, and this is the classic, like, dealing with the Terros. It was 7 hits, I believe, in the previous stock, or the first stock to take off that stock, essentially. So you're looking at Acno having to win quite a few more neutral interactions as a D-Light into recovery. Very high execution threshold, but at this level of play, every single person is going to be able to hit that on the Blasters, and Acno will be doing that with the swiftness as he looks to potentially come back here. I thought we were going to see a turnaround down sig. Instead, we see a side light going for the down light there. Doesn't find it. Side light, chase dodge, side air into a down air. So some nice damage from Acno. He's controlling the space and using these chase dodges as a way to reset these scrambles, and Bokonko getting lost in the sauce a little bit here.
Now, as a newfound resident Koji expert, I'm a bow main when it comes to any character in this game, or any legend, excuse me. But, I mean, the fact that we're seeing Acno catch all these landings, that's what makes Demon such a great stage for a pick like the Diana. You're able to find so many opportunities just to string up a lot of damage put together. Bokonko, nice. Unfortunate though, caught up already though. A lot of damage applied against Acno. But if the bow can keep doing bow things and Bokonko cannot find a proper landing, this could absolutely go in Acno's way. Oh, hold on. Perhaps I spoke too soon.
Okay, he wins the weapon race there as we get double side air, and Bokonko now stuck off stage. Going for the down air to catch the landing, doesn't find it. A side air will punish the GC downlight from Acno, and Bokonko takes game number 1 after Acno makes a big rally on the last stock, but it just isn't enough versus the Roman Reigns. 570 damage done. I'd love to see like how many hits that was, because that was crazy. It feels like he didn't really hit him that much, but he did that much damage. Quite insane amount of damage output there. So we see Bokonko going out for 63 light attacks, 48% hitting, so it's like 30 hits, a little bit less than 30 hits. Acno getting about 30 hits himself there, so equivalent amount of hits landed, but really about 150 damage of a difference, so that's quite a big deal.
I'm going to open up the wizard curtain a little bit and say that behind the scenes, you and production were having a bet about whether or not what kind of scoreline we'd see at the end of this series. You said 3-0 Bokonko, for Acno, excuse me. But our production said 3-1 for Acno.
Yeah.
We are seeing the 1 already. Bokonko got his. But it's just a matter of whether or not Acno can make that adjustment to bring it back. Again, very similar shades to the Moonir setup here. Acno struggled a lot in the beginning, was able to find a lot more of the general pacings of his enemy opponent. It's just a matter of whether or not Bokonko can bring this back into full force.
A great way to start off is this juggle state as the nairs come in there. We see a downlight node, just GC down sig from Acno, not connecting, and he's playing a very interesting playstyle, positioning right underneath Bokonko to try to find ways to juggle, but there Bokonko gets a GC D-Light into recovery. Now Acno stuck in a bad spot here. Downlight Sider will definitely KO a side sig as well, but a recovery on the Blasters won't be enough. The Nair does with punish. Good stuff from Bokonko. He's playing very on top of it in this. Doesn't look nearly as kind of in distress as he did versus Ahmed, which is crazy to say because Acno's PR number 1 just got 4th place at the official in CEO, so really crazy to see that Bokonko's able to keep the pace and also kind of dominate the match at times.
I mean, just after the matchup we saw against him and Ahmed, this is a completely different player. The pacing is a lot slower, though. Bokonko can find proper landings. Acno trying to find engagements once again with that downlight. He's able to find the down air, solidify this first stock. Not nearly as much damage as there was in game 1. Just a matter of keeping things back in. Good weapon juggle. Making sure Bokonko cannot get the immediate weapon spawn. He does pick it up into a hammer downlight immediately into a punish against Acno, bringing him into the air. Good string.
Oof, what a
Can't keep
dodge.
Bokonko
Okay, we
on
got it
the
down
edge,
there.
though. Bokonko goes immediately back to center stage. Side sig is out.
Oh, and that's so unfortunate. He dash jumps a little bit too hastily towards the wall there, and Bokonko gets an unarmed recovery. And now we pick up an axe, going for the end light there, doesn't find it. Acno getting big side light. We dash up with a side light on the blasters. Such a committal option there to try to call out Bokonko being scared, but Bokonko has no fear in his heart as he just finds an immediate punish on it. And Acno fighting right back, having no fear in his as well, as he needs to make a way to come back in this game. He finds it there, D-light into recovery. And now all of a sudden, not so clear, Bokonko's lead slipping away.
Slipping away, two heartless players bringing it out. Bokonko again, making the center of the stage his home, but Acno wants to bring him to the edge. It's been the best opportunity to take out Bokonko fairly early on. Acno's looking for a way in, fishing out these side lights from Bokonko, waiting for the landings to set up for the bow, and he's doing a great job, but the nair doesn't connect, and Bokonko goes for the punish. And he's so patient with it too. The damage is racking up. Acno, one more solid hit, a side air, a signature, any of which from the kid of Bokonko could be enough to bring this 2-1 or 2-0. Excuse me, and there it is, the down air, the scoop up into the fry, into the air.
That looks very, very tough for Acno, as Bokonko is able to completely control the last stock there. Something that I wanted to note was that the biggest thing that I saw was that Bokonko just hit like almost 10 dares onto Acno and racked up so much damage. Acno really couldn't find any sort of anti-air options, and Bokonko was able to do it, but you're supposed to destroy them, not join them. No, we're going to see a Bodvar pick potentially here from Acno. And yes, we do. Okay, Bodvar, yeah, okay.
Chat, I wasn't laughing at PJ. PJ's analysis always spot on. We just saw the immediate lock-in from Acno to Ateros, but he swapped over to the Bodvar instead. So I guess it's splitting the difference.
Yeah, I mean, Acno, once again, one of the longest tenured Brawlhalla players of all time, being playing consistently since 2019, where Bodvar definitely has found his time in the limelight. We'll see if this is enough, though, versus the current Hammer legend in the limelight, as we got a Bokonko holding onto the Roman Reigns pick once again.
I wonder if it's like, you know, we're seeing Bokonko go for a lot of axe dares, right? Do you think Acno's trying to fish out a sword neutral sig, just to bring him into the air?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad option, and you know, obviously sword is not in like the best spots right now, but I mean, if you're precise and you're not whiffing a lot, it's still very playable, and like GC downlight will still have pretty consistent range on it. It's not as good as it was at the beginning of last year, but it's still very solid. GC downlight in the side air will close out that stock for Acno, who's looking very, very solid right now.
Yeah, sword has always been the mashed potatoes of Brawlhalla. Like, it's there, it's good, it's reliable, but there's always better options. Bokonko right now needs to find better options. Again, center stage, does not want to be anywhere near the edge against Acno. Works out well, downlight into side air. Bread and butter, mashed potatoes, I am hungry.
A pickup here from Acno, who's like almost entirely committed to playing sword right now. I think one of the best sword players to ever play this game, and really showing so is the downlight into Cider. Bokonko off stage, tries to go for a weapon toss into a GC downlight setup into ground pound, doesn't find it there, but Acno's still in a position where Bokonko now looks to flip it onto him. He gets the dodge out in the right timing, but Bokonko risked it all to try to find an early gimp. He doesn't find it there, and Acno with another stock lead.
Yeah, no reversals coming out from the Bokonko camp. Acno now having the lead. Correct me if I'm wrong, PJ, this is the first time in this set that Acno has a lead.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking about it. I'm like, really? Is that the case? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know, because it's not
games.
something that we think about consciously thinking like, oh yeah, he has been in the lower end of this the entire time, but swap over to Hammer for Bodvar worked out unbelievably. First stock went by in what, 15 seconds maybe? Very
yeah, that last Hammer sequence was absolutely incredible at the end there. He was able to get like a crazy extension off of that D-Light starter, and then he got so much damage. I hope we're able to see it in the replays here, because it really like Acno just taking out a book of every great Hammer player out there. You see the landing catch with the D-Light, and then immediately a big pickup. We get into the next game here, game number 4, as Acno is forcing game number 4 and looking for this reverse 3-0.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see. Sword has worked out well for Acno, like you mentioned, PJ. He's historically always been a great sword player, but the Hammer's what truly shined at the end of the last game. Well, Bokonko? Bokonko, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying Bokonko. I think that's like an island.
The Poconos you're thinking of.
Oh, I am thinking of the Poconos. You are so smart. But
Thanks, man.
Of course. Acno keeping his distance away from that hammer. So nervous.
Nice. I mean, this is really cool because it's like the thing that Sword's really bad at right now is that a lot of the light attacks have a lot of recovery on it, but Acno's like, well, I don't have any recovery because I keep hitting them. It's just whiff punish game from Acno, and oh my goodness, the amount of damage there. Nice 50 damage on that 4-piece into the recovery for 65, and Acno continues to rack on the damage on the hammer, showing I can do it better than you can. Downlight into Cider, chase dodge immediately. Acno is looking to push his advantage state right now.
Oh, that nair dodge from Bokonko is unbelievable. Onto the ledge, exactly where he does not want to be, and you can see why. Very easy way to remove that second stock. Bokonko now thinking of a way on the fly to get past this hammer. It is becoming a hammer diff between the two. Bokonko, though, does get the scoop. Removes that first stock off of Acno, but there's such a clear advantage now from Acno's side. Bokonko just has to find his way in.
Oh! Sightsig. Very upper hitbox of it as well, and sends Bokonko off stage. GCD light into a big dodge read with the Cider to put an exclamation point on that damage, and Nair doesn't get a whiff punish onto Acno. GCD light into Nair. Bokonko saying I can do the hammer thing too. We heard the signature chains come out of the side stick. It doesn't connect, and Acno gets a D-light Cider, and we get a second 2-stock in a row to force game number 5. I called Acno 3-0. Maybe it's the Acno Bodvar that I was looking to see 3-0 because he is playing lights out right now.
You were seeing into the future, but you just couldn't see. It was a blur about what Acno was playing. The Diana pick did not work out well. Bokonko swaps over to the Sentinel. Okay. I like this change of pace. You keep the hammer. Guitars will have an entryway into the sword and the hammer from Acno. Okay. Maybe the most important part when you face Acno too, you max out your defense.
This is a crazy pick, man. Like, we're talking about like Bodvar not finding a lot of success there,
what year
not
am
being
I
in the spotlight. Yeah, this is like crazy pick.
This is like some 2016 gameplay, man. Holy. Okay. Interesting entry point, bringing out the down sig on the Sentinel pick. That make it work.
What is going on?
No way, man. What is happening? That was some wild downsig gameplay. And Acno, I think Acno's just trying to get a breather for a second, feel like, what the heck is happening, man?
Yeah, you know, this is like a truly like baffling pick, but Bokonko, like I was saying earlier in his winners finals match before it started, he is a hammer player at heart and has a lot of time on the Sentinel. It's just like Sentinel isn't really pickable, a lot of people would say, but I mean, hey, if you like guitars, which apparently Bokonko does, it's working out. Sidelight into downlight, goes for the ground pound there. No half pipe to get the extension there. Acno swinging for the fences with that Cider, doesn't find it. Bokonko GC downlight. And we're seeing a lot of whiff punishes from Bokonko as he gets the newly reworked signature as well. If you don't fully charge it, you just get the one hit. It's a lot better for the Sentinel players if you have more precision. But speaking of precision, the recovery will anti-air. Bokonko and Acno back in this game.
Genuinely, I don't think I've casted a Sentinel since 2016.
Yeah, I like very rarely cast Sentinel. I think like maybe twice in my entire career. I've casted hundreds of Brawlhalla sets at this point.
It's working out well though. Bokonko keeping up pace with Acno, having the damage lead now too. Downsig has worked wonders at keeping Acno at bay, not able to find that entry point in. If this is a scramble pick, you want to be able to get in. It's hard to find that AoE difference. Acno though,
ooh,
great double side air. A triple does not connect. Bokonko goes over Acno. Can't find the entry point. Acno's backing up and giving himself the advantage state. There it is. That should be second stock gone. Dodge past the weapon throw. Sweat beads are out. Bokonko gets back onto the stage. No weapon.
Nice weapon toss there. We get an immediate whiff punish on that Cider though. Bokonko picking up a hammer puts Acno on notice now. If you get hit by a downlight, it could be lights out for this stock. Then air comes in, or the Cider as well. He sets it up and scores with a little alley-oop for himself there with the hammer sending upwards and catching the landing with the Cider. Acno now put in the half pipe, has to dodge through that GC down sig. I like that read from Bokonko, but it immediately gets traded out as Acno now forcing last stock game number 5, Demon Island, Bodvar versus Sentinel in the big year of 2025 of all years. And it's working for both players.
It's working well. Scary though to imagine. Elimination side too, by the way. Final stock for either one of these players facing up against the Sentinel. Hammer v Hammer.
Oh no.
Bokonko's making it work. Downlight into the swing.
He waits. He gets the wing. The full combo. GC downlight side
This
air.
is it.
Bokonko now one big hit.
Oh, but he whiffs.
But he goes for the cider.
Acno
Acno.
off stage.
Acno.
Another.
Oh,
Down
no.
air.
He
Back up again.
Just a little
Hammer
too
be
low.
hammer. Oh, PJ, this is looking scary. A single hit from him will take out Acno. Sword does not connect. Whiff after whiff after whiff after whiff. It connects
Oh, the
now.
weapon toss.
Gravity
The recovery.
cancel, neutral light. Recovery into the air. This is huge.
Woo!